السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا رحمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Very quick recap, refresh our mind. Those people who don't honor orphans, we said orphans, is really, we are being egoistic to anything that we are given and defenseless before us. And you don't urge one another to feed the needy. It means we don't encourage each other how to go or to extend our help to those people who are in need of guidance, the truth that satisfies human beings. So they may be deprived of it, they might not know it. And we just devour the inheritance of whatever we inherit greedily. It means we just use them. We don't, I think we should, the others is irrelevant here. So we should just ignore it. I should have corrected actually, I forgot. When we come to this world, everything is ready for us. That's what we inherit, the earth. We inherit the whole universe actually, including our being and our human potentiality. And we just devour it greedily without really utilizing it. And no, when the earth is crushed to pieces, definitely the time will come, and whatever we do on our own expectations of our own ego will be crushed to pieces. It means we are going to leave them behind. Only what we have used in order to improve our human qualities will remain with us. Something like, simple example, going to school and there is an education. After you graduate from the school, nothing is left. The school is as if crushed into pieces. As far as you are concerned, because it is no good for you anymore, what remains with you from the school days? Does the example clear? What remains with you?
What you put in it.
With you?
What you put in it.
Into what?
Into your education. However much, whatever effort you put in it,
if
that
you
remains with you.
Put into your own education. It means you have developed your own potentiality. That remains with you. Even the school is there, none of your business anymore. It's no good for you anymore. You are not a student. The death is leaving the school, leaving behind the education system. Training finished, education finished. Whatever you learned, it will be with you. The rest is crushed to pieces as far as you are concerned. The universe will be crushed, I don't know. It is not my concern. when the universe is going to be crashed, none of my business. I'm not going to do it. No one is asking me, shall I crash the universe, the existence to pieces? No one is asking me. None of my business. But as far as my existence is concerned, I am sure when I die, the existence of universe will have nothing to do with me anymore, because the existence of the universe, like a school, the buildings are there, education system is there. What is important? What I have learned from it, how much I have benefited from it. That's my concern is. So really, we shouldn't distract our attention by saying or claiming that when the universe is going to be destroyed completely, and what will happen, how it is going to happen, it's not my concern. It's my responsibility to understand that universe is going to be collapsed one day. None of my business. But I'm sure of what I am going to die and live it. It means my spirit is going to leave this body, and only through the body, means of body, I am communicating with the universe. For example, when you are speaking to your friend or your father or mother on the phone, let's say the phone died, battery, there is no, it means died. Okay. Still, the mother, on the other hand, is speaking. What does it mean to you? Your mother is speaking on the other end.
It means that they don't know that your batteries have died or you're off the line.
No, what does it mean? How much you are concerned with mother's speech when your phone is not receiving her talk? Nothing. Nothing. So even after I die, the universe continues to exist. None of my business, my battery, my body, telephone is dead. Right? My telephone is dead. It doesn't mean that my line is dead. Do you see the difference? If I charge my body, my telephone, it will start receiving the message again. Now, when I am given another body to communicate with the creation, according to the conditions of my new creation, of course, this example, this metaphor is a limited metaphor. According to new creation, I will start communicating with the creation, because my line is alive. My spirit is alive. My spirit is not like body, subject to change. This is the principle for any logic, human logic, actually. If anything is subject to change, it has a beginning, it has an end. Spirit is not subject to change. So it doesn't die, but body definitely dies. Okay.
Can we look at this verse in another way, Doctor?
Which one? The last one, 21?
21. That when the earth is crushed to pieces, it's not the material earth, but the realization of the meanings behind the material. So when a person realizes the meanings, is no longer concerned with the material, is crushed to pieces. And then it flows with number 22.
Mm-hmm. But in your eyes, in your perception, of course, the Quran, that's correct. When the Quran makes the description of the calamity of the last day, when the Quran describes how the universe will be destroyed, what does it mean? We studied before this. What it means for me. What does it mean for me? Why do we think that the Quran keeps reminding us that the universe is going to collapse in various ways. Why? We discussed this before.
Transience of matter.
Yeah, the universe is transient. So your body is transient. Don't invest on your body. Don't invest on the universe itself, but invest on what?
Right.
Sorry? Your own spirit to benefit from it, to get the message from it. As you said, the following verse will tell us when the universe may be, not maybe, universe is subject to crash down, all right? Universe is subject to crash. It is inevitable. Or my body is subject to crash. It is inevitable because they are changing. That's how they are created. Okay, what remains? What I have extracted from it. Now it comes to, as you said, very good point. When your Lord comes, reveals himself. When how actually reveals himself is in bracket. Literally, the verse says, when your Lord comes. How does, that's what we said last week, that we have to start talking about this subject. How does God come? What does it mean? Where is God so that he will come? What does it mean? Well, of course, the way we understand this kind of verses will show us how we should read the Quran. Can we read the Quran literally? God comes. Where is it? It's going to knock at your door and say that, hey, here I come. Yeah, what does it mean? When God comes, along with والملائكة, along with the rows and rows of angels. We emphasize on the importance of the belief in angels by referring it to the meanings that we extract from the universe, which is the angelic side of the universe. Is it imaginary? Does it exist? Are you really convinced that they really exist? Yes or no? Angels really exist? Yeah? How? Remember the very simple example we gave, the example metaphor of the book. Are you 100% sure that the book, of course, a meaningful book? Yeah. Now, a book, every book has some sort of meaning. The book, as long as the book exists, the meaning in the sentence which are contained in the book also exists. Can you separate from it? No. Although meaning is not a physical being, right? You cannot show it. Physically, you cannot experience it, but your human side definitely experiences the meaning of the book. Now, how do you communicate with the meaning? Through your conscience. So the meaning is not static there. They are continuously sending message. They are the meanings in the book are continuously sending message. When you open your receptacles, gets the message. Right? So as the Quran describes how the angels function, they continuously exalt God, proclaim God. It means they continuously, what was the word, another word? Exalt.
Manifest.
Sorry?
Manifest.
They continuously
Acknowledge.
acknowledge, another word for exalt.
Glorify.
Glorify. It is the more common word. That's what I'm looking for, the simplest word. They continuously glorify God. Only those people who open their receptacles, they get the glorification, get the meaning. But they are there. Physically, you cannot experience it, but can you deny the existence of meaning in the book? Impossible. They are always there. Whether you close it, you never open it, they are always there. So the universe has two aspects. One aspect is the physical side, like a book, papers, and the cover. The other aspect is the meaning, angelic side. Angels always convey the qualities of its creator to the conscious beings. That's what you said. We communicate with the universe, the meaning of the universe through our consciousness. So we communicate with the consciousness. They are there. They are soft, the Quran says soft and safa, it means rows upon rows. What does it mean? Really, they are always on duty. Yeah, ready to serve you. Always ready to serve you. It's beautiful, isn't it? The universe is like a book. So always reveals the qualities of its maker to us. Look, if your mother doesn't speak to you on the phone, can you understand what she has to say? Now, but after she speaks, you hear and understand, process it through your human capacity. Correct? If mother doesn't speak, your capacity to process the voice into a meaning and get a meaning out of the voice waves, right? You can only decipher when the mother speaks on you, or speaks to you on the phone. Your capacity is there, but if the mother doesn't speak, you don't know. Now, what we don't understand, we think that the universe is dead. Matter, physical matter are dead. No, they continue to speak. When we listen to them, we start understanding, because there is nothing in the universe which does not convey the message of its creator, in it is made. Now, although it may be strange to you, because you never were taught or told about angels in this way. That's why our understanding of angels is something funny, fairy things. No, it's always there. For example, as long as this machine, this table, this projector exists here, exists, it continuously, its existence continuously conveys the qualities of this maker to you. But if you don't look at it, if you don't think about it, do you hear it? You don't. You don't realize what it's saying. Because it is continues to glorify, it continues to glorify its maker. My maker made me in this way, with this quality, with that quality. As you use it, you decipher it. But it continuously emits the meaning. Universe, it continuously emits the meaning in its existence. If only the conscious beings opens the receptacles and starts listening, they start communicating with the angels, angelic side of creation. Although this is the table, where is angelic side of the table? Where is angelic side of the table? Simple example. When you question it, what does it say? I don't make myself. I am made. And my maker measured me and beautified me, painted me to make it nice, made it smooth for you. And my height is adjusted according to your usage. My maker knows all this. Continuously the message is coming. When you notice this, you communicate with the angelic side of the table. So we may think that it is interesting, not everybody is aware of it, but so some people are great. Okay, they are aware of it. We may think that universe is dead, just matter is dead. That's how we describe dead or alive. According to our definition of alive is like human beings are alive when they are alive, when they don't die. Animals are alive when they don't die, as long as they don't die. And plants are alive somehow. The rest is non-living beings. Animate beings, inanimate beings. Who makes this categorization? That's your subject. Animate beings, inanimate beings makes this universe. There are animate beings and animate beings, non-animate beings, inanimate beings. Animate beings are animals, plants. Animals are blah, blah, blah. Who makes this?
Science, philosophy.
Well, the ancient, the first time. Aristotle logic. That's called classical Aristotle logic. Categorization. And apart from a handful, compare the universe, Earth is almost nothing. Although we experience a lot on Earth, that's why it's important for us, for practical reasons. But what they do, they reduce the animate beings to animals on Earth, plants on Earth, finish. The rest is, in their eyes, typical Greek philosophy, materialist philosophy. The rest is dead. But the Quran says, no. Everything is alive. Everything glorifies God with no exception. Neither the things are exempted. Anything is exempted from glorification. And time-wise also, universe never ceases to glorify its creator. It is integral part of the existence of the universe. And only very fine thinking Muslim scholars said, universe is alive. If someone is speaking, If someone is conveying a message to you, can you say that this thing is dead? No. Now, we describe that as far as our life conditions are concerned, saying, I am active now here with my body. When my spirit is taken away from my body, you call my body dead. But as compared to a body which has human spirit in it, it is called dead. But human spirit doesn't die. The body doesn't have human consciousness, but as it exists, it emits the message. Still, it is alive. So come back to the example now. But be careful here. These are all new to you. I'm not those people who have been to this class, may not be new, but as far as the general culture is concerned, it must be new. If your mother doesn't speak to you, your telephone is open, your mind is open, you have the capacity to interpret the waves, air waves or voice waves, but mother is not speaking. Can you communicate with mother? No. So what is strange? What is strange? And be careful about this. It must be new to you. The universe is speaking. How? If it wasn't speaking, I wouldn't get the message from it. Now, it is alive, it is speaking, and when it speaks, what is speaking? Come back to the simple classical example, our classical example, the book example. Be careful here, so that your worldview must change. We are not in a dead universe. Alive, active, speaking, continues to communicate in universe. For example, who is speaking? When you look at the book, is the meaning there? As soon as you open your receptacles, do you get the meaning? If the book was not speaking, how would you get the meaning? No. Now, do you think paper is speaking? Do you think ink is speaking? So, these materialist people are crazy and simple-minded. Who is speaking then? You are hearing. You communicate with it. It means you communicate with it. You get the message from it. Who is speaking? Sorry?
The author.
The author is dead. There is a book. Author is dead. Who is speaking in the book?
The scripture. The scripture.
Scripture? Now, what do you mean by scripture? The book, the paper?
Meaning.
The meaning is speaking. Look, the meaning. We said the angels are the meaning. In fact, the angels are continuously speaking. Continuously speaking. So we don't see physically that somebody is speaking so that I am hearing. But as far as the perception of the meaning from the universe is concerned, we are getting the meaning from one side, from another side. The meaning is always coming to me. Now, the Quran says, it's very interesting, angels are always carrying the command of God. Yeah? Always, never rebel, never neglect. It means when we are in this world is continuously coming to me, communicating to me. When I'm careful, everything is meaningful, everything is a means of communicating with its creator through angelic side. The universe is alive, but don't tell this to anyone who's not ready. They will say you are crazy. The sun is alive? Yeah, it is alive. Oh, no, sun is alive. Where did you get this funny idea? You go to NYU, there they brainwashed you. No, so be careful. First, you digest it, and don't do for whatever happens in this world. When you are afflicted, influenced by the things, be careful, the angels are coming to you. But it is illness, yeah, angels are coming to you. It is the virus, the angels are coming to you. Virus angels are coming to you. They are just letting you know who they are and who their creator is. So see them as angels communicating with you. Now, would you understand that the Quran says angels continuously obey the order of the universe or order of the creator? No. Obey the order, command, not to confuse with the other order. Command of the creator, continuously obeys and performs it with no hesitation. Now, when we die, who comes and takes our spirit out of our body, separates it? An angel. So angel, welcome angel. Can we welcome angel? It's angel. The death angel. Then in Arabic, Azrael. Azrael, death angel, is an angel. Which is strange. We are afraid of the visit of the angel. Why? We don't realize. We think that somehow it is a hidden idea, hidden mentality in our minds that death is somehow end of my life, my being. But the whole universe is alive. How can you not be alive? You are a part of the universe. So when we read the Quran, especially, we should not read it in a way that I have a certain understanding of angel, for example, that's our subject now. Angels are coming row by row, rows of angels, yeah, rows upon rows of angels are coming. If I have an understanding of angel as I am told in the stories or culture, and I cannot make sense of the teachings of the Quran. I said that the Quran is talking about something which I don't know. I cannot deny it. I have no idea because I have no reason to deny it. But at the same time, I cannot confirm it because I've never seen them coming rows upon rows. Yeah. The problem is what? Nothing is the problem with the Quran. We may not know that the universe is alive. We may not know. Ignorance is okay. Not knowing is okay. But I don't know. Yeah? I don't know. But if I know something wrong, in a wrong way and think that it is the right understanding of angel, that is the most dangerous thing to understand the Quran. It is the obstacle, hindrance between you and the Quran to communicate with the Quran. You start reading the Quran and what happens? Quran says this, but I don't know. I have to accept it. Otherwise, I would be denying the message of the Quran, which is claimed to be the word of God. We are Muslims. The Quran is the word of God. Why? Because we are Muslims, and the word of God speaks to me in a way that does not make sense to me. Which kind of word of God is it? If it doesn't make sense to me. God speaks to me in a nonsense way, as far as my capacity is concerned. Can you imagine? For example, I'm guessing, have you studied biology in a higher level? Okay. A biology professor comes to you and speaks to you with a complete technical words in biology and speaks to you. What do? Look at him, look at him, look at him. Is that excuse me, sir? I don't know biology. Keep speaking. Are you stupid? I don't know biology. I don't understand you. Why do you keep speaking? Now, if you see something, if you read something from the Quran and it doesn't make sense to you, it means you are saying that the speaker in the Quran is, come on, be brave, say.
Doesn't know.
Not knowing is excusable. Right? Then what Jesus said, the Prophet Muhammad said the same thing. These people are ignorant. Please, God, forgive them. It's excusable. But knowing something wrong and insisting on it, that this is true, and then coming and reading the Quran and installing this wrong understanding of the Quran. No wrong understanding of any subject and imposing it on the Quran. What happens at the end? I don't know, but I don't know what it means, what angels are. I've never seen them. Yeah. Although we are in the ocean of angels, always communicating with us, but we say, I've never seen them. As if looking at the book and saying that I've never seen the meaning. Although the book is speaking to you, content is there. You say, I've never seen it. No, I can only see the paper. So what do? You become suspicious about your belief or blind follower, not believer. Not believer, blind follower. We have to be very careful. So, when your Lord comes, means with rows upon rows of angels, means through the messages that we receive from angels, what we receive, the message about what? All the angelic messages are about what? Okay, go back to our classical simple book example. When you read the book, you get the meaning, it means message. All the message tells you what? My author has this knowledge and transferred this knowledge to you, presented this knowledge to you. It means the meaning discloses the knowledge, the capacity of its author. So what the angels are doing discloses the meaning in their existence, that these meanings are given to them, they are employed by the author of a universe. So when you open up the message that we receive from the angelic side of creation, what we receive, the qualities of the Creator comes to us. That's what God says, I am not far away from you. I'm just next to you, even with you, even within you. Why? It's always there, but I may not be aware of it. I may not have the intention to be aware of His presence in my being. That's my mistake. Let's say my mother is speaking to me, but not my mother is. He's alive in another type of creation. So your mother is speaking to you, and your phone is off. What do you hear? Huh? Do you communicate with your mother? No, although mother is speaking, but your phone is off. Right? So we don't see the presence of your mother. As soon as you turn your phone on, you start hearing, and your mother will be where? With you. With his voice, of course. This is the phone. It's just metaphor. Or let's say if it is something not on the phone, but on the picture as well, videos, so it will be with you, with his appearance, her appearance, and her voice. With you, depending on the means of communication. So as soon as we start paying attention to the message of the angelic side of the universe, what is it with us, in front of us, with us? The author of the universe. You see how God comes to you? Yep. It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm excited about this. وَجَاءَ رَبُّكَ وَالْمَلَكُ صَفًّا صَفًّا. When your Lord comes with rows upon rows of angels, now I am satisfied about the reality of this verse. Yeah, it is the reality of the universe. The Creator is telling me what I have to open up to the universe and communicate with them, continuously communicate with the universe through angels, so that I will be aware that my Creator is always with me. In another way, your Creator, if your Creator is not with you, was not with you, how would you exist? No way. As long as you exist, your Creator, by definition, logically, must be with you, making you, giving you existence. But unfortunately, we are indoctrinated so much with the materialistic worldview. We describe or define our existence in terms of material experience. But in fact, you don't exist with your material existence almost at all. You exist with your consciousness. how much you are aware of it. All the material side of your existence is continuously living. Say that, look, you cannot trust me. I'm living continuously. You cannot grasp the material side of your existence. In fact, one existence comes, you try to catch it, it disappears, another one comes. It disappears, another one comes. In fact, if we are real human beings, it means if we use our human qualities, what kind of life we live here with no material existence, but only angelic side of our existence is permanent. Why? Because continuously, as long as I read the book, I am always with what? Although materially, a person from outside looks at me and sees that I am looking at the paper. But in fact, I am with the author. Right? Through angelic side of the book. This is the reality of the universe. If you don't read the book, this whatever you call it now, not the book, whatever, the papers become what? Nothing. Nothing of importance at all for you. Right? That doesn't make sense? So, as long as we pay attention to the angelic side of the creation, listen to the messages in the existence of every single being at every single moment, we are with the eternal creator, absolute creator, when we are in the presence of his being. So material side becomes, when you read the book, do you pay attention to the paper? That it doesn't occur to you. Why do we describe this universe as piles of paper? It's nothing to do with you. We have to be continuously communicating with the meaning. Carry it to me by the angels. Angels come and knock at my door, and if I don't open my telephone, I don't receive anything from them, but they continue to speak. They continue to communicate. They continue to let me know who their creator is. So it is my creator. Reminding me who my creator is. Continuously. That is the worldview of the Quran. Better side, material side of the universe is nothing. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy about the material side of it. So, for example, if you take care of the book, put it in a nice cover, right? And every day you just dust it, you take the dust off, yep. Clean it, put it in the shelf respectfully, but never read it. What happens? No, it is just meaningless. It's not human. You are not, it means the person who does this is not a human. In fact, what we do, we keep ourselves with the material side of the world and forget about the meaning. The message, that's our reality. That's how our reality is. So we have to wake up and make the universe as it is described by the Quran, everything at every moment glorifies its creator. Human beings are expected to communicate with this glorification. That's what the Quran is asking us. It's very simple. It's not complicated, difficult to understand. It's a very simple subject, actually. If only leave behind this class, cultural side of religious fairy tales, you can get the meaning, and your life changes.
Doctor, can you clarify for me what is the distinction, or how can I make a distinction between creation glorifying the Creator and the Creator being the all glorious?
So go back to the book example and see the meaning. Does the meaning really exist? Angelic side of the book is the meaning. Does the meaning really exist if the author has not put the meaning in this book? So, in fact, angelic side is conveying the message, but who is present there? The quality of the maker, right? Not the personality of the maker, but qualities of the maker are always present there. We are expected to be aware of the qualities of the maker continuously presenting themselves to me. Right? So you will see that when you read the book, in fact, whether we are aware of it or not, we are continuously in contact with the author's knowledge. Right or wrong? Or author's knowledge. Well, otherwise, the book cannot be the book. The angels cannot act, cannot do anything. They need to be created. Yeah, they need to be, as the Quran says, they need to be employed. They need to be put in charge of the conveying or introducing the Creator to conscious beings. They are employed. They are employed. They always carry what? In the language of the Quran, amr. Amr. It means God says, let the conscious beings know which kind of qualities I have by creating it. No. Now, when the author is writing the book, what does he mean? He or she mean, let the reader know that I am presenting this knowledge to him or her. It is the act of the author. But who is communicating with me? From my side, angels are communicating with me. From the author's side, author is communicating with me. Because it's simple. The author is employing the angels, the meaning there. So what we do now is we receive the angelic message, we are communicating with the author's qualities. So we are always in the presence of God. If only we should be reading the book of the creation. It means communicating or listening out the angels. Right? So, inshallah, this verse is difficult. Literally, it's not difficult, but when you read it literally, it becomes difficult. Otherwise, Otherwise, you just imitate the text. Now, they don't talk about it, how the Lord comes. They don't talk about it. Because God comes. Okay, the verse says so. And with rows of actually, rows upon rows of angels. I don't know how the culture tells on the Laylatul Qadr, the angels start coming down like rain is coming. It's a symbol. But have you? I think you lived, you were alive during the Laylatul Qadr. Have you seen any angel coming to you? Huh? No. How can you believe? تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. Have you seen the ruh coming to you, whatever it is? In the special, that's not our subject now today. Have you seen any angels? How can you say this is the Laylatul Qadr? But no angels came to me. How do you say that? Yeah, I believe in the chapter Qadr. Yeah, this verses. How do you say that? How do you believe? What is your evidence? How are you convinced about the truthfulness of this message? But if you change your worldview, open up your mind, get rid of your classical understanding, traditional understanding of religion, it is really the case. When you take the book, fully concentrated on the meaning of the book, what do you find? You are fully aware of the presence of the author communicating with you through the writings of it means transferred meanings of the book. That is Laylatul Qadr. Full power, full qualities of the Creator is or has revealed to you. But if you are not aware of it, although the book is full of meaning, but you don't concentrate on it fully, does it become a Laylatul Qadr for you? The power, the night of power for you? Does it become? The book is full of knowledge, interesting knowledge, but you don't read it. You wait, the angels will come from, I don't know, through the attic or roof or something. Then you receive what? Nothing. So today was Laylatul Qadr. Was it? Really? How many angels have you seen? No. No. Which kind of Laylatul Qadr? It becomes ridiculous. Yeah. It means God is calling us for a fully awareness of one night. Then in the morning you will see the Fajr daybreak opened. You say, I realize now the presence of my Creator. That is your Laylatul Qadr. That is your Laylatul Qadr, because you are enlightened with the reality. Your spirit has really experienced the presence of its Lord. You can do it today. It becomes your Laylatul Qadr. And the Quran reveals it is cracks of its message to you. You understand? No.
So it appears to me that the process of drawing meaning from creation or the process in which can be in the presence of your creator is inherently abstract. Like your mind cannot put those into words. Like
Your mind
cannot put those into words. You know that
Throw?
an experience words.
No. With the word cannot
Put
them into words.
put those.
Articulate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in like the process of meaning making or drawing meaning is inherently abstract.
No. I think there's a confusion there. Mind understands knowledge. Yeah. Consciousness experiences the presence. That is different. Mind may learn some knowledge, information. That is not important. Now, it is necessary, but not really main subject that we are talking about today. You communicate with the angels, what? Your awareness, your consciousness. First, your consciousness must open the gate for the angels to come to you, to communicate the message to you. Then your mind starts learning what the content of the message is. So we human beings are primarily consciousness. Secondarily, mind processing. But mind processing depends on one's capacity of learning. For example, how much do you understand from a book which seems to be a serious book? Yeah, at first reading, how much do you understand? The second reading, your knowledge increases. Now, I am not saying it's not important. It is important, but what is the most important stage is to be aware that this is a book. I must get the information from it. That is consciousness. Now the content of the meaning that you can grasp is a secondary subject. So when we look at ourselves, the materialist people said that everything is mind. No, not at all. Everything is consciousness. In fact, I'm avoiding the usage of the word spirit, soul. Everything's, as far as we are concerned, we are nothing but souls. But the capacity of the content of the knowledge is something to do with your mind process, learning process. Now, something like that. I have an arm, let's say a boxer or an athlete has an arm as well. Both of us have arms, but I can lift only, especially nowadays, I can lift only maybe 10 or 20 pounds for a short period. Afterwards, no. But the boxer, 100 pounds of weight, lifts, yeah, easily. But the point is not how much you are lifting up. How much are you aware that you have an arm and you can, how to say, pull up, not the pull up, or carry weight. Well, can you do that? That's what we need to be aware of it now. For example, I may understand that if I turn my telephone on, I will start receiving the messages. Now, the second stage is to communicate with the content of the message is knowledge. Yeah. What we say in our classes, it is quite important, but it is not easy to register. Belief is not knowledge. after the usage of the free will, belief is employing your humanity, human side, and making it be active. What am I doing in this world? Huh? What is the meaning of the existence of this world? Why are we here? All these questions are the stimuli of human soul. Come on, be active, be active. Afterwards, everybody's understanding of the text, the meaning will be different. Those people who use their humanity more, they will get more information. But we have to be aware that first we must be aware of the human soul, that the soul must be active. And then the content of the information we get through, how much the angels speak. If you don't know what angels are, really, how can you really make sense of what they are telling you? The Laylatul Qadr example shows the power of night, or the night of power shows. If you don't employ your human quality, what are you going to see? How many angels are you going to experience? Nothing. Empty. But after you become aware, consciousness becomes active, then you start communicating what the angels are telling you. At first stage, they say, human beings may say, oh, the angels are telling me that their creator is all powerful. And reflect on it more, the angels are telling me that their creator is not only all powerful, but all knowledgeable as well. If you didn't know what he's creating, the creation would be just a nonsense thing, but it's not. It is well ordered, etc. Step by step, you become aware of the qualities of the Creator. But first stage is making your consciousness be active. And then the content is not a great deal, because the Quran and the prophetic message emphasizes on what? If you have a little bit belief, you are saved. What does it mean? As long as you start communicating with the meaning of the book, how much you understood becomes a secondary subject. You are reading it. You are communicating with it. The problem with us is very simple. We are not reading the universe. Why are we talking about how much do we know? When we use the word to know, means material side of it, not the message. Because we are very materialist. We are very materialist. When they ask you, how many rakat do you pray Tarawih? Look, materialist. Rakat, number of the rakat. Materialist. Although we are talking about the prayer, but materialist. It's contradiction. Of course, we should not ignore the function of the prophet and their instructions. That is different. But the way we are talking about even this prayer is a materialistic way of talking. After you become aware of it, then you start following the prophetic example. But we don't know what prophet is from the scratch. We just take it for granted. They say there was a man who was the prophet. Yeah, everybody accepted it, so I joined them. This is not what prophet is for you. You have to be aware of the prophetic side of existence. That is another subject. Consciousness. It means our soul must be active first, functioning. And then what I am doing with my, or under the instruction of the soul, how my body acts is a very secondary or really later on stage. How my body acts. First, is my soul active? No. Frankly, let's be honest, our soul is dead. Our mind is somewhere, and we think that we are alive. Our soul is not active. Ask yourself, what did I do with my soul today? Ask yourself, how much I was aware of the function of my soul from the day started this morning for me. Although you prayed Salat Duhur, Salat Asr, but was your soul alive, active, communicating, receiving the message? Yeah. Ask yourself. Be honest. Our souls are dead, mostly because we are not aware what our position here in this world, but we talk about religious responsibilities. Fundamental contradictions. Okay. وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى. The translations are, I don't blame any translator because that's the only way they can express. We have to thank them for their work, but doesn't really communicate the meaning. At least gives a clue. On that day, hell is brought near. Then human beings will remember what is her being mindful on that day will be no use to him, to her. It means really like this, you can understand this way. Oh, on that day, hell is brought near, then human beings will remember, what his or her being mindful, become aware. Oh, I understand now, okay? But وَإِنَّا لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. So what this remembering is going to do with it? So on that day will be no use of him or her, but there's no negative meaning there. وَإِنَّا لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. So you are reminded. But what this reminder is going to do to you now? It is too late. Now, what is too late? After we die? Yeah, maybe true. Now we will die definitely, and it will be too late. Yeah, the school is closed. I didn't get a degree. School is closed. Education is finished. Everything is late. Okay, but I'm still alive. How can I understand this verse?
every passing moment.
Every
Passing moment
passing moment
is dead.
is dead, yes, but hell is brought near. What do we understand from it? There are many meanings, okay? Hell is brought near. I can only, yeah.
Just my guess is hell in this sentence, this verse, is the guilt you feel when you don't. Is the guilt you feel when you know you do something wrong, and then at that point it's too late, like you're not practicing with your.
Excellent point. There is an hadith, the sayings of the Prophet narrated. It says, human beings know the truth. Human beings know what's right and what is wrong. How? When you do something right, the hadith says your heart will let you know that you are doing something right. But you can pretend, well, that's your pretension. That's your mistake. But when you do something wrong, the Prophet says your heart will let you know that you've done something wrong. But you can pretend, you can try to justify. That is just pretension, justification. And you will know that I'm justifying myself. The human nature, the hadith says fitra, heart, represented by the word heart, knows the truth. Now, that is hadith saying. So, when the hell is brought to you, I can give you an example. This is what you said, actually. I will tell you an example. You use drug for 20 years. What happens? Excuse me. It's really cold. Next time, I think I should bring my sweater, something. Yeah. Okay. What happens? 20 years, you use drug. What happens?
Oh,
Sorry?
you might think
You get-
it's useless. I should just continue. There's no point
You get
in stopping.
addicted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you stop? No. Now, what happens to people? Simple example. People smoke for 30 years. And then they got lung cancer. And then the doctor says, you are here. You have a lung cancer. Is it easy to stop smoking? Although you are reminded that when you smoke, it kills you. The packets are written, the smoking kills. You buy the packet, it says smoking kills. It's true. Do you know it or not? Those people who smoke, they know it kills. They know it kills, but they kill smoke. Now, ignorance is different. Be careful. Ignorance is forgivable. Ignorance is not the essential sin. Ignorance, if a person doesn't know that, it's a bit nowadays it's impossible, but let's say an innocent person doesn't know that smoking is harmful. Yeah? But one day he learned smoking is harmful. That's one case. I'm not continuing the story. Now, another case, somebody knows that smoking is really dangerous and keeps smoking. That's the scenario 2, case 2, right? Which one is more likely to quit smoking.
The one who didn't know that it was bad, but then found out.
Yeah. When in the life of the Prophet, those people were ignorant. As soon as they are told that this type of life is worth nothing, give it up, they gave it up. Only those people who knew that what they were doing was wrong, but they kept doing it because of their certain prejudices, because of their interests. They were deniers of the truth. Could they give up? Yeah. Could they give up their denial? Those people who were ignorant, they, as soon as they learned it, they followed the Prophet. Those people who were deniers, when they heard that, they opposed. You see the difference. If we knowingly, would you like to say something?
Where does the denial come from?
Sorry?
Where does the denial come from?
You have to watch the videos 2 or 3 weeks before. We made a very simple demonstration of the difference between denial and ignorance. And it is very simple, not complicated at all. Somebody may give you, do you know which class was that? Do you know? So you can just send the link to this friend. So denial doesn't come from ignorance. So it is, ignorance, don't worry about ignorance. It doesn't mean that you should be ignorant. No. It is not the essential problem of human beings. The essential problem of human beings are denial. They buy the packet of the cigarette. It says it kills. Never mind, I will drink. I will smoke. Now, these people, because they kept rejecting the truth, they became familiar, not familiar. Maybe familiar. Is there another word? Easygoing with rejecting the truth. It becomes a second nature. Right? You name it as guilty. What do you say? Sense of guilty consciousness? Or sense of guilty, what did you say? Guilt. Yeah. Guilty consciousness. Now, if someone deliberately keeps telling lie, yeah, now it becomes his second nature. Deliberately smokes knowingly, it becomes his second nature. But if it is not deliberately smoking, it thought it was okay. For example, let's say you were either tomatoes or eggs. Eggs, maybe some people nuts. It's quite not common. Maybe allergic. Nuts may be allergic to a lot of people. Not many, but somehow, some number of people. They eat nuts, and then they are disturbed. They have a problem. They go to the doctor, and doctor makes a test, allergy test. Says you are allergic to nuts. If you don't stop, you will have this problem. Is it easy for this man to give up eating nuts? Although he has been eating for 20 years. It becomes easy. So it's not deliberately denying it and becoming a second nature. That day, the moment when hell is brought near, when you realize that what you have been doing has become your second nature, your mistakes. And then you say, the reminder comes to you and say that if you keep smoking, this lung cancer will kill you. But becomes aware of his second nature now. He's told, but what use this reminder will be for him? What benefit this reminder will bring? You see, some people, they go and have an operation, lung operation. They become a little bit better. 6 months later, what do? They go back smoking again. So we should be careful that the hell is not going to be brought near to us. It means we should be careful anything wrong to become our second nature. Do you understand? Second nature. If we do it consciously, it becomes our second nature. Why do you think certain people in the stories of the prophets, and especially the history tells us, as soon as they heard the truth, what did they do? Immediately stop. Even their status, political status, did not allow them to act as they